You will notice on this particular entry, there's no risk disclaimer, there's no music, there's no legal risk disclaimer over top of the music. Well, what I hope to do with this particular entry is sort of the entry itself serve as a substitute for the risk disclaimer. It's like this whole entry, I want to be a risk disclaimer. The reason for the entry is social media outlets. I don't care if it's YouTube or podcasting hosts. They like you to have some sort of trailer. They like you to have some sort of entry where you introduce yourself, who you are and what you are about. Well, who we are traders, and that is what we are about. GTC Traders is made up of traders. We have traded in many different structures. If you look at the cumulative experience, it's like 100 years or more of cumulative experience between all of us. We have traded in single-family office structures. We have traded in pool structures. We have traded in private proprietary structures where there is an entire... That could make up an entire 30-minute entry, what I have to say about proprietary trading, because that has devolved into so many different types of proprietary trading. There are things out there that I think are complete scams. I'm just going to be completely and totally honest. But I have more to say about that in the future. But the proprietary structures that we have traded under or in are private proprietary structures. Some of us have designed scores of gray box systematic discretionary trading programs. Suffice to say, we've been around the block. Maybe I can talk for a little bit about what we are not. What we are not are these trading gurus with, the magical technical trading setup or something. And something else you're not going to see here, and I've heard some, not all, but I have heard some who teach, and notice the quotes there, teach trading, mention, well, they're going to show their houses, and they're going to have to show all these cars, and they have to show all of these jets to help motivate their students. Yeah, on that, first of all, and this is just first of all, if someone has to show you their material possessions to motivate you, show you a trading rig to motivate you, show some other material thing to motivate you, then quite honestly, maybe trading isn't for you. I am a firm believer that if you need some sort of motivation to do this or anything, I don't care what the endeavor is, I need somebody to motivate me to do it. Well, I hate to say this, then maybe that particular endeavor or maybe trading isn't for you. Like, you're going to have to find that somewhere else. To me, either you love something or you don't. And the love of the thing is what motivates you. Like, why would you need some sort of outside motivation? Like, do I need motivation to love my wife? No, I just love her. It's just what is. Do I need motivation to eat a good meal? It's like, boy, I just really love eating things that taste like sandpaper. I need to go out and get some motivation to eat a really nice meal. No, I just really love eating a well-made meal. By the way, on that score, I suck. I completely suck at preparing food. That's why I married a chef. But I don't need pictures of great meals to make me think, yeah, I'd love to eat a great meal. I just love eating a good meal. So I am not really, and we are not really big believers in these massive amounts of motivation. And definitely not a fan of showing material items. Yeah, material items can be fun, but that's like the salt and pepper of life, right? It's just the tiny little thing that you add here and there, and that's it. You don't make an entire meal out of a mountain of salt. It's just the seasoning. That's how I feel anyways about material items. Same thing with pepper. I don't make an entire meal out of pepper. I don't make an entire social online media presence about material items. That's just the seasoning of life. That's not what trading is all about. Secondly, there is a particular segment of these guys in the trading space or trading education or whatever you like to call it, whatever you want to call it. They're not teaching you how to trade. They are selling you the dream of being a trader. And to do that, well, how do you sell the dream of being a trader? They show you the houses. They may show you cars. By the way, which they may not even own. You do realize that's a thing, right? That a lot of them don't even own these things. That there's an entire marketing scheme there. They show you jets. Jets is one I always pick on. You do realize they don't own that jet. There's a huge marketing scheme where you lease a jet for a day on a runway, not even in the air, by the way, for a photo shoot. And you get your laptop and you set your all self up inside of the jet as if that's how traders trade. And you open up the laptop and you put your hand on your chin and you're looking very intently as you fly through the air in a private jet trading. But they don't own the jet. They leased it for a marketing scheme. They open the laptop on the ground, on the tarmac, pretending that that's some sort of whacked out idea of what traders do. Why? To sell you the dream of being a trader. I know there's a motivational guy out there, and again, I'm just not a big believer in that. Some people are, that's fine for them. I'm just not a believer in that, and that's not what you're going to find here. We're talking about what you will not find at GTC Traders. And he gets off the jet, right, and he has the jet behind him, and he's in a sport jacket that's just like too tight, and it was just this entry in social media, and he's wearing this really tight sport coat, and quite frankly, I think it's too small for him, and he puts out a basic engagement question. Hey, what do you think of when you see this picture? Which is to get the engagement through social media. And all I could think of was that Chris Farley bit in Tommy Boy. Fat man in a little jacket. It's like, it cracked me up. It's, again, just selling you the dream of being a trader. So if you find what we do boring or not flashy, honestly, actual trading may not be for you. And hey, maybe you enjoy the engagement and the stuff of the dream of being a trader. But let's get back to what GTC Traders actually are. What is GTC Traders? It is stripped out discussions of trading and specifically trading. Now there are, and I said this in our entry on social media, gurus and trading gurus. Thankfully, nowadays, there are guys out there, they are legitimate, they do have a legitimate resume, and they are teaching trading, and I think that's a fantastic thing, and I don't want to take anything away from them. Some guys may be teaching a trading strategy, and people come to us and they say, and people have come to me in the past and asked, hey, what do you think of that trading strategy? Maybe perfectly viable. It is a trading strategy. I think somewhere where we would like to set ourselves apart is, as I said before, many of us have designed scores of gray box trading programs. So what we would like to show maybe in the future, maybe with some premium content, not just a strategy, but what many do in the professional world is a multitude of trading strategies, or multi-strat. That's something I think where that's multi-strat is what you'll hear it referred to in the professional world. That's something that maybe we would like to present and be known by, because we literally have scores of trading strategies. And let me reverse this just a bit, because I want to talk just a little bit more about what we are not. We are not going to try to pretend in some egotistical manner that we are the only guys that know it all. No, we love multi-strat. We have scores of trading strategies. We're traders. That's what we want to talk about. We don't want to talk about a lot of other stuff, just trading. But we are not the guys that know it all. We're very experienced. Yeah, I almost have 3 decades in trading. And like I said, among us, there's probably over 100 years collectively of trading. But for anyone to say that they're the guys that know it all, or nobody else knows it's just verifiable nonsense. To this day, I am learning. To this day, the market's teaching me things that I did not know before. To this day, I'm being exposed to approaches and strategies that I had not considered before. There is no one that knows it all. No one is the guru except for the markets themselves. The market is the guru. The rest of us are students. I'll let you in on another little secret here, and this is something a friend of mine likes to say. Many true trading strategies with positive expectancy that are profitable, they're just derivative of something else. As a matter of fact, I'll just be completely honest. One of my favorite, main beast strategies is how I like to refer to it. I have many variations of it. I may have tweaked it, but it is without question derivative of a concept from a published peer-reviewed paper on this particular trading approach. I just put my own twists into it to what I believe improve results for what I'm looking to do for the particular objective of that particular trading program. But is it the best one? God, That's a context. That's a question that just depends on so much context of the objective and what the trading program is looking to do in conjunction with other trading programs that are in there. It's like, it's a nonsensical question almost, to say what is the best. Now, as I was saying at the outset, let me finish with this. Trading is no joke. You are sitting down to the big boy table. The risks are very real. Very real. We have friends that have lost millions of dollars, and the mistake was not their own. Complete black swan. That word, by the way, that term is just so overused. But real black swans that no one saw coming or was even talking about as a possibility. Some people have mentioned, I don't like that big risk disclaimer that's on the front of videos and podcasts. Oh, well, sorry, but we actually believe in that risk disclaimer. And on the YouTube videos, it's done by chapters. So, you can go to whatever chapter you want. But it's going to be on there. And I'm going to talk about it right now. I can name you actual incident after actual incident after actual happenstance of somebody doing well for a long time and then end up losing a lot of money or even going into a hole. And in some of those cases, it was a black swan. Like, look at May 6, 2010. Nobody was talking before May 6, 2010 that the bid and the offer, the market's going to get so wide that eventually the stub quotes are going to get hit. No one was talking about that. It was an actual black swan. Like I said before, this is the big boy tables. When that risk disclosure statement says market conditions may cause an order not to be, there's no joke to that. It actually does happen. Or like Knight Capital. Execution errors are real. They do happen. Maybe there's an execution error on the platform side that has nothing to do with the strategy. And I've got to tell you, I think every true professional I have ever met or talked with, and they to this day may be managing great AUM, right? Assets under management, had an incident that absolutely gutted them. Every single one of them. It's that one quote, from Margin Call. Yeah, 1987, didn't that mess me up? But good, right? Every market professional's had one of those. This is not easy, and maybe trading is not for you. I have seen trading drive people absolutely crazy. I mean, like mental problems. You are running your own business. You are running your own small business. And running any business comes with a tremendous amount of risk. And if you think you can ignore that risk, or I'll find the perfect setup, or I'll find the perfect, God forbid, this one drives us nuts, the perfect entry to a trade, which is like 3% of a trading program. I'm just pulling that number out of the top of my head, but it's not like actually what makes you a profitable trader is you're hyper-focused on trading entrances. But if you think you can ignore that risk somehow, you are out of your mind. And if that's too much, like I said, maybe trading's not for you. And if folks feel that way, it's like, you know what, maybe trading isn't for me. I tell them to go check out Dave Ramsey. I have no affiliation with Dave Ramsey. People don't like some of the things he says, whatever. I personally know guys that I went to school with who are debt-free at 55 years of age. They own 2 homes and more money than they will ever need to retire with. And all they did was follow Dave Ramsey. They're not a trader. So what we're doing is talking about like actual trading. Why? Because we don't need to be motivated to talk about trading. We just love trading. That's who we are. That's why we're here. And we're going to be doing this. We are GTC traders. We do realize this isn't for everybody. And as you see before me, really learning to be a professional trader is learning to sort of be a professional gambler. Manage your bankroll. Chip management. You cannot control the cards you're dealt. You're either going to be given a 2-7 offsuit, or you're, do 7 offsuit, or you're going to be given, who knows? Like, it just depends. There's no telling what the next hand will be. You can't predict it. So learning trading is learning a very real endeavor of risk. And you may not want to try that. But if you do, sometimes it pays to run with like-minded individuals, running sort of guys that are sort of in the same troop, getting after the same thing. And we are firm believers, though we're not really into that whole motivation thing. We are firm believers in interaction. So, in conclusion, just remember GTC, and this sort of fits in with everything that we have said to this point. GTC comes from the order type, GTC, or good till canceled. Our thoughts are just our thoughts. They're not the perfect thoughts, they are just thoughts. We do believe in interaction. It's not the one true way to do trading or some furu trading setup or something like that. There are thoughts, not yours. And our thoughts are malleable because markets are always changing. So we may cancel that thought process and adapt to something else because markets demand that you do that. So welcome. We are GTC traders. As we say on these entries, they are our thoughts, and our thoughts are good until they're canceled. And they are just our thoughts, not your thoughts. You should have your thoughts for whatever the heck day it is. As always, stay safe, trade well, and remember that love doesn't cost a dime.